Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some salty spring footage of me in 50v50 so you guys can get that easy victory royale within 50v50 and how to do some amazing tips and tricks and a situation where there's about 20 enemies and me on my own, and you'll see me survive against 20 people. Now, I want to go over exactly what I do on 50v50 to get them wins. Now, obviously, you can't always win on 50v50 because it does come down to your team and stuff. But in most situations, if you perform well enough, even if you don't have an explosive weapon, you still can perform pretty well. Now, I'll go over the idea of an explosive weapon after this gameplay. But for now, I want to show you some of my top tips for 50v50 to get you guys that easy victory royale in mad situations. So right now, we're going into a situation where there's only one enemy to start with. But obviously, as gunfire starts and all the enemies start to come towards me, I'm in a situation now where I personally think there's only one enemy. And then you'll notice when I get out of here, I start to hear more and more and more. So I'm now in a position where I'm kind of thinking, there's one enemy here, here's another enemy, this guy isn't the same skin. So I'm thinking, oh no, the gunfire is definitely attracting people. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you build flats there, so I managed to just quickly escape there, get out of there and go inside the house. And what I keep doing is I just keep like juking the enemies, running around all different angles and moving into the bathroom here in this situation. And now I'm in a position where I can get my slurp on just in case, and there's an enemy right in front of me. I only get a little bit of a hit on him, unfortunately don't down him, but I know I can finish him off. I've got 2 shotgun shells in this bullet, in this mag left, so or the clip, I don't know, or the shotgun, should I say, it's not really a mag. So I'm moving around and in the barrel, and there we go, we miss again. We're not hitting our shotgun shots, but you don't always have to hit your shotgun shots. So I get 1 down, I get 2 down like that, easy down, and I keep moving. What I do is I keep moving around to confuse the enemies so they don't know what's going on. I almost get another down then. Unfortunately, I just missed the headshot. I'm getting shot from all sorts of angles. I'm just building like mad to get out of these situations, and being able to build like this quickly and maneuver around does keep me alive for the game. And maybe I am one of the better players on the team in this situation, so I do need to keep myself alive if I want to get a victory royale on 50-50 for my team. So I'm not going mad now. A lot of people would say you could Rambo this and go mad against all the people, and I could switch back to my shotgun and start playing aggressively, but I know I want to stay alive for the end game to get the situations on the enemies and get them kills and carry the team through if I can, and I know I can do that. So I'm in a position now where there's possibly about 10 enemies around this house now, all searching for me on the outside and the inside. You can hear footsteps like mad. Apologies for the guy in game chat, but you can hear all sorts of stuff going on. So I get another down there, so I'm now on 3 downs. I finish this guy off pretty quick, and I move straight out again because obviously my gunshots will give away my position. I keep moving around. I go into the bathroom. I sit in the bathroom. I'm now in a position where I'm looking around. I've got 3 medkits, luckily. There's a guy outside. I'm thinking, oh no, he could actually shoot me. Unfortunately, he doesn't see me. Another guy comes into here. I don't know why I didn't switch to my SMG there. Probably should have switched to my SMG to finish that guy off. Could have got a 90 on him, but it's all right. He's down. So I'm in a position now where I can kind of lock myself down in a good location within the bathroom without anyone coming. So I get a Darth Voyager coming. Unfortunately, I missed the shot, so I think to myself, you know, it's not worth fighting this. I bail this straight away. I try and build. Unfortunately, I'm not able to. Close the door behind me. I get out of there quick. Switch to metal. The guy's trying to follow me and get a nice little base corner here. So what's happened here? I got myself in a nice little position where they probably aren't going to realise that this metal's appeared here. They probably think it's just me distracting them. They probably just don't think I'm in there. Now, you'll notice when I'm in here, I managed to use my med kit. I'm now in a position where the footsteps are going mad around me. I can hear so many people. At least 20 people are around me right now. And you'll see that when I go through here. I've got just 1, 2, I've got 3 people in this room here. And then I'm just using this to see through. And I can see that the guys are very, very close. This guy here is thinking, you know, do you reckon someone's in there? So he starts breaking it down, thinking I'm in there. So what I do is I edit it quickly and get out of there before any of them realize it's even me, and they don't even realize I'm on their team or not. So I just quickly run out. I didn't engage, and what I do is I leg it just so, because that was a different guy who was fighting me before. I leg it into this position here. I'm thinking, oh, we gotta hide quick. I get this down on the floor here nicely, and now I'm in a good location to kind of think to myself, phew, we've survived it. I don't think they're going to be able to find me. And we just really are just holding out, waiting for them all to disappear from that location so I can get back into the fight and back into the action to help my team. Because the enemy team, we're doing quite good as our team, and we're actually pushing the enemy team back. So I need to get in there and help our team get that victory royale. So luckily, with a little bit of luck, I do manage to do that, and I'm in a good location now. I managed to escape that crazy mayhem on 50v50, which I think was probably one of my best plays I've ever done. I've never really had a situation where there's 20 people trying to hunt you down and you manage to escape from them all. It's absolutely crazy. But now we're in a position where we can kind of say to ourselves, you know, We can push in. We've got a good chance here. Let's go. We've got the storm coming in. And a little tip I want to teach you guys is coming up any minute now to do with the storm. In 50v50 version 2, the storm does not damage you that much. The storm only does 1 DPS. You can actually sit back in the storm and shoot through the storm if you've got a few medkits and stuff, and get quite a few downs if you have enough AR ammo and maybe the right guns to do it. So if you maybe had a SCAR, it would be very useful. Maybe a suppressed SMG would be pretty handy as well, so you don't know exactly where you're shooting from. I definitely think this is a tactic you guys should try out on 50v50. I've done it in my last 4 games and it's worked extremely well. I finished one game on about 12 kills, one on about 8. You got to bear in mind that 50v50 there's only 50 enemies you can kill, so finishing the game on anything above 8 kills is pretty impressive in my opinion on this game mode, because that's almost 20% of the enemy team. It's very good. If you're getting 5 kills on 50v50, that's 10% of the enemy team. That is a good stat really to get. Anything above 5 kills is a good aim for you guys to get on 50v50, just because there are only 50 enemies to fight. And a lot of them, well, at least 3 of them at the start probably either DC or die from fall damage, so it's actually lowering the numbers even more. So usually that happens anyway. That's what's happened in my game. So now we're in the storm. You'll notice how the storm's only doing 1 DPS. So I said to myself, you know what? This was the first time I tried this, by the way. I said to myself, hold on, we could actually sit in the storm if we get behind the enemies, which we are doing. We're coming behind the enemies because of the angle I came from Salty Springs. And now behind all the enemies, they're all rushing in trying not to take damage. And now I'm in a good position where I can shoot through the storm, get a decent damage on these enemies. Unfortunately, I am missing a few shots. The reason I'm missing is obviously because the storm is kind of a little bit blurry to see through. But I'm using my medkit to get my health up to 4, and I think to myself, we've got a good chance of getting some decent shots on them. The enemies in our team, we're doing pretty well. We're actually pushing the enemies so far back. But now I'm in a position where I can shoot at all. For some reason, that guy builds a window for me to perfectly shoot through. I can just shoot through the storm. I locate enemies with my gun. I'm like, there's an enemy down there. Let's take him out with my AR. Unfortunately, he does build some structures. Again, I have some grenades, so I think, you know, we'll just pop some grenades to get his structures destroyed very quickly. If I switch back to my AR, I'm now here just like, you know, down him. He's trying to get a revive. Is there anyone else I can down quickly? I don't see anyone really, so I'm in a position now where, oh, there's some more in front of me. There's a bunch of enemies in front of me again, so I switch to my AR. Unfortunately, it runs out of ammo. Switch to my SMG. I get down. Another 2 squad is coming down below me. If I had ammo in my AR, or maybe I had another AR, I could have got even more downs in this situation. I get another down there. I am just ripping through the enemies in the storm. They don't have a clue where they're getting shot from. It's a tactic I would definitely recommend trying out. If you guys have got the time and the ability to do so, I would definitely recommend it. So I decided to heal up in the storm just in case there is any enemies alive in there, in case I get down, because obviously I'm on quite low health. But it's something that I think definitely, if you're playing on 50v50 and you're coming in behind the enemies and they're on the edge of the storm, sitting in the storm is a very good tactic you can use in 50v50. And you can also use it towards the end of the game as well to hide from enemies. I've not actually tried really winning a game from like hiding, but that's really it for this gameplay now. There's only 1 enemy left, I think, so there's not much point of watching the gameplay now because I don't actually find the enemy. But an easy carry from me, some epic moments there that you guys should definitely check out if you guys want to try some extra tips and tricks from 50v50. So feel free to watch back them moments again if you want to. Now, moving on to the explosive idea. So if you guys manage to get your hands on an RPG, I would definitely recommend trying this out. If you get an RPG grenade launcher, mainly an RPG, it's much more effective if you get your hands on an RPG than a grenade launcher. But having an explosive weapon is absolutely extremely overpowered. Due to a lot of enemies being close together on 50v50, you'll see in this gameplay now, I can rip people apart and you could possibly even get into the double figures. I see a bunch of enemies over there in the distance. I see this guy here. I'm killing the nearest ones to me first, just so I can see if they've dropped any ammo or any resources that I could use. I'm looking for ammo as well. One thing to do with an explosive weapon is when you get your hands on it is to get to as many ammo crates as possible on 50v50 to get your hands on as much ammo as possible. So I see this guy right here. You want as much explosive ammo as you guys can grab. You can even ask for it doing the emote. I did that a few times and I got given about 10 ammo altogether. I definitely think it's definitely worth trying to ask for ammo, but you got to consider that not many people will give it you. There are the nice people out there, but there's a few people out there who just think, no, I'm not giving him ammo. They just don't do it. But if you do have access to an explosive weapon and you have got a bunch of explosive rounds, you definitely are going to do some crazy damage. So you can see I just got a pretty quick double kill at the start on 50v50. Now there's a bunch of enemies over there. Again, another great rocket launcher going in. I get one down. I fire another rocket in. I get another down. So I get basically a triple kill here. easily done with a rocket launcher. Unfortunately, the guy does take my scar, but he's very kind. He does give the scar to me. There's actually one more guy that's still down here, so I get my, I'm like, give me the scar. Thank you very much. And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, you know what, I should probably give it him back, because I didn't expect him to give it to me at all. And for giving it to me, I was going to give it him back, but unfortunately, he just didn't really pay attention to it. He just kind of ran off and wasn't really bothered. So another enemy in front of me here as well. Unfortunately, I don't get the kill on this guy, but I do like distract him and get some. I get hit once and lose one shield, but it's all right. And now we're in a good position to carry on moving throughout the game. So getting your hands on that rocket launcher early game will definitely give you an advantage. And even if you get it like mid game from a supply drop or something, you're really going to be able to take out enemies with an explosive weapon due to that ability of like the height, and just because of the groups, you can really deal damage with it. Like, I've noticed getting that angle, you want to get that angle where it's kind of just like a 45-degree angle shot down with your rocket. Doing that, being able to shoot your rocket down all the time, building up and shooting down, is just going to give you guys so much power with that rocket launcher. You're going to be able to get into double figures so easily if you guys are good with RPGs. And personally, RPGs are one of my favorite weapons in Fortnite Battle Royale. Yes, they are very newbie, and they're very easy to use if you get the hang of it, but I personally think RPGs are one of the most overpowered weapons, and if you can use it correctly in all situations, you can almost beat anyone from build battles to anything. Now, in this game, there isn't really many build battles in 50v50, but you can get in a lot of positions where RPGs can just tear people apart. So I'll wind on the gameplay to some situations where you guys will see me absolutely tearing people apart. You can see this guy trying to give me ammo here, but unfortunately he doesn't have any. So as we head into Tomato Town, I've got my rocket ready, still on 5 kills, just a little bit further on in the gameplay. All we skipped really was me suppressing with the scar, and now I'm getting suppressed. All I do with the rocket all the time, build 3 high, get that height. Unfortunately, my teammate does block my angle with the rocket there, but he goes rushing in. I go again with the angle, I fire the rocket towards over there, get some hit markers. I know this guy's on one more rocket till he's out of the game, and there we are, another lovely shot, a double down, very easy to do with the rocket, boom boom, and I get my hands on a new rocket launcher as well, so I get 2 rocket launchers in one game, which is really good, dual wielding rockets if you guys can get the hang of that. So definitely a great tactic. Boom boom, 2 rocket, basically dead. Unfortunately, I don't manage to pull it off because I was a little bit confused why I didn't really move it around in my inventory because I wasn't really bothered, but if I can get it perfect for another game, I'd definitely do that if I had like the chance and stuff like that. In this situation, it was just too much, it was just too hectic really to try and get access to it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get access to as many rockets as possible. I saw that winged person pick up a bunch of rockets, so I'm following them around and being like, please give me the rockets, please give me the rockets. I've got dual wield rockets. I'm like trying to get attention to get the rockets. Go on, I'm like, drop the rockets, and they're dropping me the ammo, and they're like, thank you. They dropped me the shotgun ammo, and they dropped me the rocket ammo, and somehow they got direct impacted by a rocket by the looks of it, or maybe got sniped or something. So I'm like, you know, I've got to get the revive, and then after that I get the revive, and now you'll see there's a bunch of enemies, and I'm like, God, we gotta get him, So I revived the guy. I'm like, I can hear a bunch of people. We switch to the rocket. We give him some mini potions, and then I'm like, we only give him one because I only could drop one in time. And then I open it up, and I'm like, there's some enemies out there. Here we go. You ready? So I open it, and I go open it, and I see the enemy go up the stairs. So I'm like, I'll avoid him. I'll go straight out here, turn to my back over here, see the guy down there, get the shot on him with the rocket. The guy at the distance by the truck as well, fire a rocket towards him. Unfortunately, he does block it off. Again, I build height up, keeping that height advantage against the enemies. Get the shot on him there. Nice little down on the stairs. He falls down somewhere. I'm not too sure where he went, so I build a little square around me just in case he tries shooting me. I'm looking for him. I'm searching for him. I can't hear him or anything. I can hear someone building up. There he is. I try and get a rocket shot in there, but he just jumps out just in time. Looks like there's a few grenades coming in, so I have to move out of here quickly. I move towards the storm, knowing that the storm only does 1 damage. I'm in a good position. I get another rocket hit on this guy. Unfortunately, I don't get the down and miss that last rocket, but as I keep moving through, I'm like, you know, we've got a chance here. There's that guy. He's down. Nicely done. Get the kill on him, see if he's got any rockets. Unfortunately, he doesn't, so let's grab some minis and let's keep going. So we keep pushing through, and that other guy with the pink suit is actually nowhere to be seen, and there he is right in front of me. So I switch to my scar. I'm just no scoping with the scar because I don't have a shotgun. Could use a rocket here, get a nice easy down with the scar, and there we are, an easy kill to finish off the game. So that's my last kill for this game. There's only 13 enemies left. Unfortunately, I don't get any more kills from here onwards, but yeah, you can see the idea of the way I play this. If you get your hands on an explosive weapon, you're going to have a really big advantage, but do try sticking in the storm, keeping yourself alive if possible in situations where there's a lot of enemies. If you have to hide, do it, because you want to keep yourself alive on a 50-50 to get that easy victory royale. If you're not keeping yourself alive, you are really going to struggle to get them victory royales, especially if you are one of the better players within the team and you lose like early on or something, or you go to a silly point. If you're playing it for a bit of fun though, don't worry guys, you can just do whatever you want obviously, but if you're trying to get that victory royale, you definitely want to keep yourself alive for as long as possible. For the end game situations, if it's like an equal number, they're going to definitely need you. So hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you're new around here, do stick around, because I bring Fortnite content out every single day, from tips and tricks to all sorts of stuff that you guys can stay tuned for. And once again, if you haven't already, do subscribe, leave a comment on what you thought, and leave a like. And once again, this is postboxpat signing out.